The Senate ended with a sound of anger, disgust, and disappointment Wednesday night as President of the Senate Chester Humphrey challenged the senators to take action against the magistrate that ruled in the Treverson Roberts case. He said that such a poor ruling should not have been passed, especially when the accused pleaded guilty to the crime.
Because you don't have to wait on the government, You could bring a private member's bill. There has been no sanction against that judicial officer for failing so blatantly to administer justice as is necessary. And you see, when these kind of things happen, it promotes the law of the jungle because it leads citizens to believe, I am not waiting on the court for justice. I'll take justice in my own hands. When judicial officers behave that way.
Roberts pleaded guilty today in the Eastern District of New York to sexually assaulting a 5-year-old child in Grenada. According to court documents, during a trip to Grenada in October 2019, Treverson Roberts, 27, of Brooklyn, a double United States and Grenadian citizen, forced a 5-year-old boy to perform oral sex on him while the boy was temporarily left in Roberts' care. Roberts previously pleaded guilty to Grenadian charges related to the abuse, but did not receive a sentence of imprisonment. Rather, the Grenadian court fined him 1,500 EC dollars and required him to pay 600 EC dollars compensation to the victim. In his closing remarks, the president classed the judgment as degrading and shameful to the Grenadian population, giving no hope to children and women who are abused.
The quality of justice was so abhorrent and poor that the judicial officer expressed no care. The judicial officer failed the entire community of Grenada, failed all the children in our society, failed the judicial services, when that judicial officer refused to impose a custodial sentence.
The rise in sexual offenses on children and women in Grenada has become a thorn in the flesh, says Humphrey, also venting his dissatisfaction with the reaction of the churches and people in society.
I was in Paraguay, and I was on the telephone back and forth, trying to mobilize people to come out and demonstrate your disgust. And we moved to have 2 demonstrations. First demonstration in St. George's was so poor, we couldn't mount 6 people. No women's organization, no political organization, no church organization, no trade union organization rallied to express their disgust, first of all, about the crime committed against an infant and the failure of the judicial system.
The president is calling for harsher sentencing for sexual offenders and better judgment by the local judicial system. Roberts faces a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. This case was brought as part of Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative to combat the epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse, launched in May 2006 by the Department of Justice. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.